Shooting USA is brought to you by SnapSafe. Use promo code SUSA15 for 15% off.
Another world champion joins me, Mason Lane.
Hello.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Tremendous success in South Africa. Tell me about it.
It was a definitely a good showing. I mean, for the whole American team, as you said, we had brought home a lot of gold, but the production team did well as well, and I was able to pull out a close win, which was nice.
Well, and that's, I think, worth unpacking. The Americans across the board did very, very well and were dominant. And in your case, very well, gold medal, but it was close. Why do you think it was so close?
Well, I kind of knew from the jump it was going to be close across the board for most. In every race where there was a skill match, it was going to be very tight, just for the fact that the match was fast paced, which tends to compress the scores a little bit more than much more difficult matches where people make more mistakes in general, and that'll sort of spread the scores out across the top, at a given skill level, so to speak. So we knew from the beginning it was going to be a tight race, and it was definitely hard fought with trading the lead back and forth across 4 or 5 people over the course of the match.
Well, you got the two Argentinians right there with you, German and Juan Pablo. Have you shot against those guys before?
I have.
Other places?
Yeah, Hermand definitely. I think JPD has shot against him at a different match and maybe in Florida at the beginning of this year. Herman has been a formidable contender for a long time. He was second to Eric Raffel at the previous World Shoot in Thailand. So I mean, he's earned his place at the top in spades there. He's a very good competitor. JPD is a bit younger, a little bit newer in the sport, but equally talented, and got a chance to shoot against him in the beginning of the year as well.
So you had a feel for these guys before. Were you all squatted together? Was it a super squad format?
Yeah, we're lucky. The American team and the Argentine team were squatted up together, so we got to watch each other go through the whole match and everything. And those guys they're awesome competitors. They're super respectful, very humble and cool. Cool guys to hang out with, awesome guys to shoot with in general.
Dude. 5 days of competition on the other side of the world. How big of an impact is that?
I mean, it's a long time to be away. I'm not gonna lie. We went 4 or 5 days in advance to go get acclimated to the time change and sort of just get used to being there. The longer you're away, though, it's the more it feels it feels like you're sort of out of sync of your own schedule. So yeah, it's definitely something different. We try to prepare for it by getting up at weird hours and doing training and taking any opportunity you can to train when you know you're going to be tired, shooting night matches and stuff like that, trying to just be a little bit more durable for that kind of thing. But yeah, it's 5 days is a long time. It's several days longer than the next longest match that you can find here in the States.
Travel. Some who I've talked to had issues not only with ammo, bringing ammo, shipping ammo. Shannon in particular had one of his guns confiscated for a certain amount of time, was thankfully able to get it back. Any issues like that for you with travel?
We got pretty lucky. My wife and I, Kay also competed in the match. She was on the women's optics team, who also won. Their team won gold.
Got gold. Yes.
She didn't have a permit until a couple hours before we got on the plane to go. And we were of running under the impression that, you could sort of talk your way through that problem or maybe pay your way through it when we got there. So we were counting on that, just going and figuring it out when we got there. And luckily she got her permits and we got all our guns, smuggled ammo with us, on the plane. So we were able to get there and lock down some training ammo from a local guy, and things were golden. We got pretty lucky as far as, all of the potential snag points go.
Good news. Good news. The production division as a whole has always been a valuable one for the manufacturers, and you being a factory shooter, how important is that for SIG?
Very. I mean, it's super important. We, obviously being a pretty stock division, we make lots of different guns that kind of fit there. And we obviously could use a win right now with a lot of false accusations being levied against us. So it felt really nice. I mean, shooting in production, you're shooting a more or less a stock gun with very minimal modifications, and the equipment I brought fits in that division very well without really being able to mess with your gear. And I mean, on a personal level too, I've been shooting production for 12 or 13 years, and
Mhm.
it's kind of where I started off, and it's waned in popularity here in the States, but it's still, this match, the second biggest division by a very slim margin. So it
Yep.
feels nice to take one home there.
That's awesome. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
The equipment is likely the same equipment that you won with at Factory Gun Nationals this year?
Yeah, yep, exact same gun, set up the exact same way. There's a few things you're allowed to do domestically that you cannot do internationally, but I mean my guns are set up to be compliant for both.
Excellent. Um, how just talk about the fulfilling aspect of having this be part of your career, having your wife, Kaylee, involved, and being able to travel the world together and have that success.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't. I kind of most days I can't believe I get paid to do what I do. Put it that way. It's sounds corny or whatever, but it's a dream job. It's what I've something I've been working for 10 or 15 years or whatever. Nothing. I've had more success here than I've ever anticipated having when I started. That's for sure. So I mean,
What do you think's the
it
key?
feels great for especially for all the people that have helped me get where I've gotten. Like I don't need to win matches to validate my ego or to validate why I'm involved or why I put effort into it. Like I enjoy training, I enjoy competing. So I look at it like even if I don't win, like it's not really for me. But it validates that when everyone else believes in you and helps support you and puts sacrifices a lot to make it possible. It's nice to validate that with some kind of material gain.
What do you think is the key? Like what is the tipping point for Mason Lane becoming world champion and having this success?
I I took I made a series of changes this year that I had never steps that I hadn't previously. One of them was being a little bit more committed to getting in shape than I had in the
Mhm.
past. I mean, I've never been out of shape, but I've always been careful about my diet and everything. But I decided this year to get really serious about getting in the gym religiously to be prepared. Uh, change some aspects of my mental game. Working with Dan Horner, another Team Sig Pro shooter,
You bet.
legendary professional shooter, and it all came together with just made a cocktail of really an incredible amount of confidence and resolve that I never would have had previously. I mean, I'm coming into this season. I stopped and I said like, hey, when you get to the end of World Shoot, win or lose, like you want to look back and say, I've done everything in my capacity to be able to be successful. And if you do, if I looked at it like if I do everything right and I shoot a good match for me and I lose, I won't be mad about that. But if I get to the end and I say, ask yourself honestly, could I have done more to have prepared better? And the answer is yes. Like you're not going to forgive yourself for that. It's once every 3 or 4 years. So take it serious, make a really hard charge, do everything I possibly can to be prepared. And those couple changes made a massive difference in confidence and resolve that I definitely gave me a power I have not had in years past.
That's awesome. That I definitely hear some Daniel in that, some Danielisms, if you will. Um, what's next? We're gearing up for Race Gun in a couple of weeks. Will we see you there? What's next for you?
Yeah, that's going to be the next event for me. I'm training up a little bit with a 40 cal gun. Going to take another run at the limited division. Give the
Nice.
standard boys a run for their money. After that, going to do a little bit of two gun at the end of the year. I think shoot the carbine some a little bit, and then into next season, I don't know quite what the future holds as far as the competition season goes. Next year's a year off from qualifications for the international matches, so we kind of can do whatever we want. I'm thinking it'd be a good challenge for me to get back into competing against the optics folks a little bit more. It's always that's not necessarily natural for me. It's always been
Mm,
something I've struggled to hold pace with because I learn in iron sights and I'm definitely much more naturally talented for that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what I can do training wise and try to give those guys a run next year.
excellent. That's what I've got for you this morning, Mason. Thanks again for taking the time.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.